I know you're somewhere, I'm trapped in.
Welcome to the Lines and Tarot, and today we're going to be doing a reading on French Montana and Monsta X, and kind of like what happened that day at their performance in Jimmy Kimmel, and why he couldn't remember his lines, getting into all of that basically. So first we're going to start off with a personality reading on French Montana. And so I've already drawn the cards as usual to keep this video as short as possible, because y'all know my videos be long. So it's very interesting. Overall, I'm just going to tell it to you like it is, okay? I'm not going to sugarcoat anything this time around. French Montana is a Captain Save-A-Ho. He has good intentions, or had good intentions, but he's very conceited and very kind of full of himself. Okay, so the Avenger talks about desire to balance the scales of injustice, righteousness on the behalf of society or oneself. And kind of what I feel like French Montana thought the idea of collaborating with a K-pop group would be a very interesting and fun thing to do. He wanted to bring some sort of foreign kind of celebrity presence to America, even though it's already there, but he wanted to kind of be a part of that. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. Like, he just wanted to implement himself into that kind of thing, or when he got the opportunity, he was very willing to be a part of that that situation. Because I feel like he's kind of down for non-Americans or breaking into the American market. We have the Samaritan that's talking about refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. So there still was a superiority complex that was here, and he felt like it's almost like he's above them. But he's like, man, I can help these little dudes out. Like, I can help these guys out. That's kind of how he felt. Like, he's up here, they're down there, but he can go ahead and give them a handout. That's where he was coming from with this. We have Rescuer, that is just provides strength and support to others in a crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward. Not to that extent, but he definitely did come with genuine feelings, but that doesn't mean that they were the greatest of feelings. Like I said, he wanted to help aid or bring, or he just thought the idea of more foreign celebrities, I don't know if, anyway, kind of sort of breaking into an American market was sort of a good thing, and he enjoyed that, and he wanted to be a part of that, and just a part of the everything that's going on with K-pop moving forward. He just thought it was an interesting opportunity, basically, to be a part of. We have Midas or Miser. Entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything into gold, delight in sharing life's riches. Again, basically all of these cards are pretty much saying the same thing, of this sort of Captain Save-A-Ho kind of narrative, where he feels like he's the one offering them basically his talents, his goods, and he's going to be of great service to them. And he felt like it's like one of those, I'm worth so much more. Honestly, y'all should be paying me more for this, but I'm going to do it for you at this price, or I'm going to, be here and I'm going to do this because I respect y'all hustle, y'all struggle. If that's kind of the thing that I'm kind of getting. I hope you guys can see the cards. Sorry if you cannot. Look, if y'all want to donate to me, there's some links in the description, so y'all can help me get a camera where I can actually see what I'm filming. But or purchase a reading, and that would help greatly. But yeah, so we have Mediator, and so it's like gifted negotiating fairness and strategy and personal personal and professional life, respect for both sides of an argument, which is kind of where I was going with Miser. It seems like this is where that was coming from. So it's like, even though he felt like he deserved more for his part, I do think that he's like, I'm gonna let, y'all can pay me only this much because I'm trying to help, these young ones out, these, these kiddos, these kids out. I'm trying to help them out. That's kind of how he felt like he was really doing them a great service. But we also have femme fatale in reverse. So it's kind of like, this says inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money, and power. And so it's more like he felt like, I mean, it's still repeated, but he felt like his presence was worth so much more than what he was given. And he felt like he should have been given more for either what they required or what he was willing to do. It's like he's telling them he don't need it, he'll do it for this. But it's one of those things where he expected to be offered more, or offered more opportunities, if not cash itself, but offered more of his own personal time. Like, hey, can you be on another track? Or hey, maybe you can do something for the album, that kind of stuff, and that he wanted in return. So it was almost like the nice guy trope, where you're kind, but you actually do want something out of it. It may not necessarily be money, but it could be something else that he would want to benefit from the situation. That's kind of how he was. So moving on. If you can't see it, at least you can hear the message. I'm sorry, y'all. Until I get another camera. Okay, so basically I pulled these cards to find out what was going on the day of the Jimmy Kimmel, I believe it was, Jimmy Kimmel concert, where I don't know for a fact, but people are saying that he showed up drunk. I don't see the Three of Cups, what I usually would associate with alcoholism or drinking. I'll just put this here. Once again, guys, I don't know if you can see the card, so I'm just gonna have to read it to y'all anyway. So we have the Three of Swords reversed, Ten of Cups reversed, the Hierophant reversed, the Chariot reversed, Five of Wands, Knight of Cups, Princess of Wands reversed, Three of Pentacles upright, Two of Cups reversed, Magician, Princess of Swords upright, and the Fool. I know that's a lot of cards, but we're going to go through this very quickly because it's a very clear-cut message to me. And it turns out to me that it seems like French Montana was actually really upset that day. Like, he was heartbroken and offended. Like, something happened behind stage where he felt like he was disrespected, and he felt like they were close, but then they weren't close anymore. Like, at first everything was going good, and then it didn't. He felt like there was something, like maybe staff or management that either had done something or said something that was disrespectful, or made some sort of rule that he felt like was disrespectful. Like, I don't know. It could have been something like he intended to be on the stage or in the background or something the whole time, and they say, hey, don't go on until your part. I don't know what it was, but it was something that I don't believe it was Monsta X. I believe it was staff and or management. Someone who said or did something that actually really offended, it offended French Montana. So yeah, he was offended by that. He kind of felt like, weren't we supposed to be cool? So I don't know if Monsta X didn't say anything, or, it was something that they had missed, or he felt like maybe they weren't, they didn't find whatever happened disrespectful. So he felt a type of way. And so he felt like he was disrespected by the staff and the members. And so the Five of Wands is kind of talking about fighting. So it was like, possibly, I'm seeing backstage, like little arguments or disagreements, or, them just not being on the same page. And we have the the Knight of Cups. And to me, it could be, something else just came to mind, but it could be him offering ideas to work with them in the future and being shut down with the Two of Cups in reverse. Or this could literally be French Montana flirting with a staff member that he found attractive and that being turned down. But because of the three of Pentacles, the Magician, Princess of Swords, and the Fool, I kind of feel like it's possibly leaning a little more towards business, but it can still be both. But yeah, I feel like he had brought some ideas to the table, and ideas on more collab work. It could also be a possibility that he had brought up doing work with two particular members. Like he had picked out two members and said, okay, hey, we're going to do it. But how about we do a feature with these two members and me? And that was rejected. Like maybe those two members had rejected him. But there was something that had gone down like that, where an idea was turned down, or the members themselves have rejected another collaboration from him, and he felt very slighted and he felt very offended by it. And so I feel like with the Magician and the Princess of Swords, to me, I kind of feel like he used his own skills and his lyrics to mess up their performance deliberately. It could, on the Fool could also be, for me, could also be an indication of him being so flustered or upset at the interactions that had gone behind stage that he felt like he was nervous to do his part. So those are the possibilities, or a combination of all of the things that happened backstage that led to that very sloppy performance. Okay, because I feel like he was able to do it, but almost like he decided to make a decision as to not do it appropriately. Okay, so yeah, so we're gonna move on and we're gonna go into how Monsta X felt about working with French Montana. So I'm just gonna be very forward. They did not like working with him. And that's why he probably got turned down for that other deal that he wanted to make. Because when I asked how, they liked working with him, the card that flew out the deck was the Devil card. So we have the Devil, but then we also have the Star. So it was like they didn't like working with him, but they had high hopes for the song and had high hopes for the album. I hope this is working. Yeah, had high hopes for the album. We have the King of Swords in reverse, because I feel like French Montana was probably a little bit rude. I'm not gonna lie, he was probably a little bit rude and very forward and demanding. Again, French Montana seems to have a lot of ideas. And he had a lot of business ideas, but I think he may have wanted a lot of things to go his way, and Monsta X did not like that, and Monsta X chose to walk away from it. They're like, this is a great deal. This is a big opportunity. We've already completed this one song, but I don't think they're like, I don't think we want to work with you again. So that's basically what I'm seeing. I don't know if you guys had any more questions. I probably should have asked you on Twitter. If you do have any questions, just go ahead and roll over to my Twitter at The Lines and Tarot, with no T at the end, on Twitter, and just ask me more questions about it if you want, and I'll see what comes out the deck. But yeah, that's pretty much all I'm getting from them. It was Monsta X did not enjoy working with him that much. French Montana was a Captain Save-A-Ho. He did come with good intentions, sort of, good intentions, but he was very demanding and he expected everything to go his way. And that's kind of what ruined their relationship and their performances. When things didn't go his way, or when he was also offended by staff, that's when staff and management, that's when kind of things really went downhill for both Monsta X and French Montana. Like I said, let me know in the comment section or on my Twitter account what you guys want to see next, or what kind of questions you have. And just a little side note, I'm not going to be doing any shipping readings anymore on this channel unless you actually purchase a shipping reading, because once I do a shipping reading, people keep asking asking me for more and more and more, and that takes up a lot of time and a lot of energy, especially when they're on ships that of people that have barely even spoken to each other. So that takes up a lot of time, effort, and energy. So if you would like to, unless you're purchasing a reading, I'm not going to do any shipping readings for free on my channel. But until next time, I'll talk to you guys soon. And thank you for coming into the Lion's Den and, you know, I guess checking out what I have to offer. Bye, guys.